name is Stephen Liss. I'm one of Victor's best friends. I first met Victor at Nest Lake Bible Camp almost 20 years ago now. It wasn't too long after this where Victor made the transition to the same school as me, Westside Academy. I switched over to this school halfway through grade 5. Victor came over in grade 7. This was a private school for K to 12 with approximately 100 people. Our class when we graduated with a record high of 13. The beauty of such a small school with the depths of the relationships that allowed us to facilitate. Into high school, every day I was dropped off at Victor's home in the morning by my parents on their way to work, as he lived within walking distance to our school, where I lived out in the country. After school, I would also hang out at Victor's until my parents were off work and able to pick me up. With all the time we got to spend together in these years, my friendship with Victor developed more into a brother than a friendship. His family became my second family. Then when we weren't at Victor's, we'd be at my place even on a good number of school nights, using homework and projects as excuses to get our parents to allow such. In all honesty, sometimes it was legit, but more often than not, we didn't have a project to work on. We just knew it was a means of getting more time to hang out. My family became his second family. Victor adored his families. It was truly a blessing to grow up alongside Victor and experience family through his culture. The amount of love they had for each other was unlike anything I had ever felt. I don't simply mean the bonds he had with his parents and brother, but rather the entirety of all of his extended family, whether it was linking to his family on his dad's side, primarily back in Montreal, or his mom's side extending down to Peru. He truly loved and cared for all of them. Growing up, Victor partook in his fair share of extracurriculars, mainly hockey and cadets. But there was soccer and others too. He used to always tell me his mom enrolled him in cadets and hockey because she was trying to establish Canadian roots in him. He was quite accomplished with his cadets, getting to travel, summer camps, fly gliders, and so on, which I'm sure was a foundation that led him to taking aviation mechanics in SAIT in Calgary. Before he went to Calgary, he actually spent some time at a Bible college in Three Hills as well. We were geographically more distanced at this time, but we still kept in touch. He would tell me all sorts of shenanigans he was getting up to at Bible college. I won't say what type of things he shared with me. Endless pranks on each other. I can share you guys afterwards, just not here. It really reflected one thing I think that we all have easily recognized in Victor. He liked to have fun. Fast forward to 2015, I went back to PG for a semester of school where Victor so happened to also be back living there. He was managing a bike shop at this time. Another thing Victor truly loved, mountain biking. Victor was always up for an adventure, and biking and actually snowboarding were always faithful outlets of that for him. Speaking of snowboarding, there were seasons Victor, my brother, Brennan, Marshall, and Louie spent endless hours creating a snowboard park at my parents' house. They made drop-offs off the roof, made a quarter pipe, made jumps where they would fly over our fire pit when the fire was going. He seeked thrill in his adventures. Anyways, during the semester, I ended up living more at his place than my own home while back in PG. After the semester of school, something about PG wasn't fitting for me in this stage of my life. I had a very strong desire to make my way back to Kamloops. At this time, I was able to influence Victor to pack up and make the jump to Kamloops himself. He had quite the adventurous start, living out of his car mainly, until he got himself a little more situated with a steady job and living situation. Victor found his fit working the service industry. It was perfect for him. Endless people to love, socialize, and adventure with. When I reflect on Victor, the majority of the memories I can pull are him with a big shit-eating grin on his face. He truly was a free spirit who loved people and adventure. He was always full of love, joy, and laughter. It really was contagious. If you take a moment and look around, the diversity and the amount of people here truly reflects who Victor was. He was a uniter of people. He did it through his unconditional love that he offered anyone and everyone. He brought people together. Even in his passing, he's still bringing people together. It's a beautiful testament of love he embodied. I was having a good chat with Pastor Lucas last night over supper. I was sharing with him how Victor was a frontliner, as I would call it. I shared with him a beautiful post his friend Onyx wrote, sharing that how a good amount of the people Victor shared his life, love, laughter, and joy we're numb individuals. Now I quote, "It's been non-stop tears, at home, at work, driving, literally waking up in the middle of the night bawling my eyes out. But through these struggles, I think I figured it out. He's an angel, an enlightened soul. No one is that good, caring, kind-hearted, and helpful. A lot of us were close to him. A lot of us that were close to him have lost the ability to feel true love, pain, happiness, and even fear. And in Victor's last gift to us, he allowed us to feel again. It was intense and painful, but it saved us. He put our head back in the right place. It made all of us more spiritual, brought us all closer together. All of us can feel him here still, and that is something special in itself. The way he lived his life taught me to care and to love again. I refuse to think that this wasn't planned. Destiny, some might say. People say you get to choose the path you take before your turn on earth. I know he chose his sacrifice to save the souls of everyone he loved. And this is what I mean by frontliner. Victor was out bringing a taste of heaven in the midst of hell. Victor will never be forgotten. The impact and marks he has made on the lives of everyone here, and those who wish could be here, are far too powerful. Though he may not be with us physically, he will live on in our hearts forever. I am beyond blessed, beyond grateful for the time that I did get with him, and will forever cherish it. Victor is survived by his parents, Fernando Vazquez, Luis Marina Molina, as well as his brother Diego Vazquez. He will also be missed by his grandparents, Fernando and Anita, as well as his aunts and uncles, Carlos, Julio, Demetrio, Javier, Juan, Carlos, Marianne, and Carmen. He is remembered by his cousins, Matthew, Jonathan, Angelina, Mahi, Paula, Jorge, Luis, Christian, Melanie, Alejandro, Sebastian, Vivian, Adrian, Rodrigo, Lorenzo, and Julian. And lastly, Chico. I just want to say thank you to Marina and Fernando for delivering an angel and sharing the gospel.